Okay, you want me to explain the science of negating from undead unluck? This is not as complicated as I think most people would assume it would be, but that's just because I'm taking this from sort of an abstract standpoint. In science, our goal is to always ask why and have the answers to that question fit with our observations. Eventually, science sets a boundary that they have to try and push past somehow. Like, we know that there are so many fundamental particles, but we don't really know why there are that many fundamental particles and not more or less. We are very vague about the conditions of the very early universe and why it made our universe the way it is. Undead Unluck answers that question for us. After we get past the subatomic level, there is the level of rules, which act as a sort of prevalent field. That field extends beneath the quantum fields that we know about physics right now. By altering the attributes of that field, it alters the way that all the other fields in the Undead Unluck world interact with each other. You've already seen one of those rules in the anime. You've seen spoil. Because spoil exists, the chemical reactions that allow things to decay also exist. As long as this field of spoil extends throughout the Undead Unluck universe, then things will decay. Now, why am I calling this a field? Because in physics, when we describe things as a field, we also get to describe whether or not things interact with them. Photons, for example, do not interact with the Higgs field. Thus, I would say that negators are likely made up of a type of matter that mimics our own, a lot like matter and antimatter. But their one exception is they don't interact with one specific rule field. Which, interestingly enough, gives us a glimpse at what the Undead Unluck universe looked like in its primordial days, before there were many rules about. Like, not only would you be able to live forever, but you could really easily clone yourself, create energy out of nowhere. Like, the only thing keeping the laws of physics acting like they should are these rule fields. But since each negator negates one rule, they simply do not interact with those fields and operate in respect to those fields as the primordial universe would. That's a whole lot of science lingo for a horny action anime, but that's what I got.